everyone. Good evening. Just waiting for a couple of others to join in. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in for yet another live in our series of lives for the Restore Awards, which are happening on December 11th. There they are going to be broadcast all across our social media, and we've been doing lives with our nominees over the last few weeks, and a lot of you have been watching. And today is yet another live with a very special nominee. Just yes, I see quite a few people joining in that join in every week. So these lives are essentially our way of giving you guys a peek into the wonderful work and the extremely uh, beautiful variety of work that all our nominees are doing, and that you will of course know a lot about through this live, and it's also like a countdown to our awards. So today, on the occasion of Dhanteras, we are actually taking a small step in giving back a little bit to our planet by having a conversation with an extremely inspiring individual. We have with us Nayan Mitra today. She is our nominee, and she is the founder director of an organization called Sustainable Advancements, which works in the areas of sustainability and corporate social responsibility, and also just to promote sustainable development goals. And we have her here with us today. And one more special thing about this live is that an initiative in her company is also our gifting partner for the Restore Awards. So this live is doubly special because not only is she our nominee, but she's also our gifting partner for the Restore Awards. So I am just waiting for her to join in. She should be here any minute now. Okay, I think there was a network issue. She should be here. Nayan, if you can just send me a request again. Nayan, if you're watching this, I have sent you a request. Yes, there you are.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, it's so good to finally connect with you and see you.
Yes. So good to see you, Aradhana.
Yes, likewise. You're a little bit shaky for me. I don't know if is everyone is Dr. Nayan clear for everyone?
Yes. Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well. Just the video is a little shaky. Okay, so we have they're saying you're pixelated.
Oh,
Your video is pixelated. Your audio is perfect. Yes, yes.
Okay,
People can't see you, but they can hear you.
video is pixelated. Okay, give me a second, Rachna. Hey, Aradhana, give me a second.
Sure. No worries. So I think Dr. Nayan will be back with us in a second. She's there must be some network issues. Till then, of course, why don't I tell you a bit about our Restore Awards? It is on December 11th, like I said, and it is our way of recognizing and rewarding selfless healers, workers, organizations, sustainable products, all that are doing some great work in the field of health and sustainability. And this year we have a theme, and our theme is preventive health and immunity and sustainability. So it is just great because we're receiving a lot of nominations, especially in the fields of sustainability. We're receiving a lot of doctors, and we're receiving a lot of nurses, and they really need to be recognized, especially with the kind of work and the selfless and tireless work that they have been putting in through the pandemic. And I think we will have Dr. Nayan back in a minute. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, finally. We can see you better now. Much better.
Thank you so much. It's the first time I'm doing an Instagram live, and very nervous at it, Aradhana, but okay, I'm trying my best.
No worries at all. We can hear you very clearly. We can see you clearly now. Firstly, I just want to say that we're so honored to have you as our nominee, and we're so excited to have you as our gift partner as well for the Restore Awards. I was just telling everyone, the people watching this, about the wonderful work you have been doing in the field of sustainability via your organization, Sustainable Advancements. So why don't you tell us a bit about your work with Sustainable Advancements?
Thank you so much, Aradhana. So yes, my company, there are three parts, there are three avatars that I have. The first avatar is for, as an individual, where I'm the series editor for responsible leadership and sustainable management. It is, these are a book series by Springer International. So our entire focus is on documenting responsible businesses, responsible leadership in the space of sustainability. That's one.
Wow.
The second is institutional, which is, my company called Sustainable Advancements. It's a 100% woman-owned company, and it's an OPC, which is a 1% company, which means it has only one woman director. So Sustainable Advancements was formed in 2018, and it broadly aims to promote the 5 P's of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is, which are people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. And we do it through a 2-pronged approach: advocacy and implementation. Under advocacy, we have, the entire plethora of research, training, consultation, and publication. But we have 2 very unique projects, and that is what brings me here today. One is ALNA, where we work with rescued women of trafficking, and the other one is Earth Restore, where we are creating an urban forest in Kolkata. And there's a third part to us, which is, so I spoke about individual, then I spoke about institutional, and the third part that, and it's also ingrained into our work, is in the space of building the ecosystem. So I'm also the national president of WICI, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry Sustainable Businesses Council, where we have 3 chapters in Delhi, West Bengal, and Karnataka, where we are also working with various women entrepreneurs and academicians to build up this entire ecosystem of sustainable business.
Wow.
So that's in a short, short ecoscape of what we do.
Yes, it's really, when I was going through your website and we were having a conversation of just how much work you're doing under the umbrella of sustainability. But what you rightly said, I remember you and I were having a conversation also yesterday about this, is that you have two unique projects uh, that actually add volume, is what you had said yesterday to me. And what really stuck with our jury as well is that the two projects, one is the Alna store and one is of course Earth Restore and the urban forest you're doing in Kolkata. So why don't you tell us a bit about the urban forest that you are building in Kolkata, for everyone to know more about it.
Perfect. I'm never tired of talking about it. I'm so excited about this. So what happened, and I'll tell you the short story how it happens. Yes, so climate action is real. I'm not getting into the depth of what climate action is and why it is required, so on and so forth. But there was a very unique problem, and which also resonates to what you do at Rachna stores as well. It was April this year, and this COVID second wave just was starting to hit. It was
Yes.
around the middle of April, and 18th of April to be precise, and we knew that it's going from bad to worse every day. And it was a very helpless situation because by that time all the patients started having names as well. So from numbers it started having names. So we knew people who were getting affected, and there was so much of helplessness around us. Then we got this opportunity from the government where there was a piece of land and they were looking for partners and a PPP partner who could adopt that land. So we took this land up. We didn't think twice because we knew that if we couldn't do anything else, why not, we start building an urban forest out there. And this is absolutely in the heart of the city, about 1.4 acres of land. And around it, it has about 22 houses. And among them, 10 houses has 32 families living in it. It's a large cooperative houses. And when these houses were built, that land was completely abused, and there was, it was a garbage dump that way. So we took that up, and across that land, we started planting bamboos. Now, why bamboos? Because bamboos give out 35% more oxygen than any other plant, as well as bamboos also sequesters maximum amount of carbon. So we started with bamboos, and over a period of time, we realized that, it's not, so, we are trying to create an oxygen corridor. There's a long path that goes about 500 meters of path along the land, and we are creating an oxygen corridor around it. Plus, we have so many native plants. We have planted different kinds of native plants to attract biodiversity. And other thing what we are doing is we are creating pockets of spaces where people can just sit, relax, take some time out, have some time out, be with themselves, reflect, and go back. So that's the entire purpose of building this whole urban forest. And in this short period of time, it's a touch wood. It's a huge success. We got a very good monsoon this year, and all the plants that we planted now, each one has like 4 to 5 babies, and not only that, it's become like a model for other people to come and see and be there. And there are so many people who are just going there, and this land was never used before because it was a garbage dump, and now people are taking such an active interest. And we have also kind of tied up with few multi-stakeholders, like even the community has started taking a little interest. So, somebody has planted maybe 2 papaya trees in there, so they come with this 2 papaya tree, can we plant it here? Or, a flowering plant, can we plant it here? So, those kind of interactions, those kind of awareness generation, those kind of, working for a purpose, those things have started, and it's a huge positive environment that is building around that entire space.
This is really so amazing, and it's really very very empowering, the work you're doing. And it is something that we need for the planet, for like you said, for people and communities themselves to work with a purpose. and then when they're seeing someone like you and uh, making such wonderful, creating something so wonderful in such bleak times. When you said that you started in the second wave, people couldn't even hope. And this is, it's, if you started in, say, April, we're now in November. That's like for 7-8 months. It will be November, so about 7 months of working on this land.
It's a huge, and not only that, I'll tell you something, Aradhana, something very unique happened, because see, my organization, as I mentioned, it's a woman-owned organization. We are getting a lot of interest from the women to come forward and to connect, which, normally women are maybe, they're shy to come and connect. There's a lot of involvement by the women in this area. I'll give you two small examples. One of my dear friend, so she lost her husband during COVID, and he was a very tall, gentle person. And when she lost, and she was like completely in a very bad state. Uh, I mean, who expects something like this to happen? And all of in her 30s, she came and planted 12 bamboos there, and and she's taking care of those bamboos like her own, and that's such a huge piece for her, to be involved in those kind of actions. The same thing happened with another friend of mine who lost her sister, not due to COVID, but due to super stress, very super stress. And again, a young woman, and she's getting solace by being in the land. She's also helping me into trying to create beautify this entire spaces. So while I'm there with the bamboo, she's there with the flowers. So she's looking at what kind of flowers we can have there, and so on and so forth. And I just can't tell how grateful we are to this place. What started as just an action that we wanted to do and to have an effect and have an impact, but the impact is much deeper and much deeper than we can even imagine. We also, yes, we've also created very many things there. So it's also like getting that awareness across. For example, we have 2 composting plants there. We have bird feeders. We have nests out there, and now we are looking at beehives to put, and so on and so forth. We put some rock gardens. So what we did was we turned around. So the rocks that were already there in the land, because as I mentioned, it was an abused land, we collected all those pieces of rocks and we created 3 rock gardens inside, and it looks beautiful. So, and you must come. You must visit this place.
It sounds beautiful. It sounds divine. I'd love to, I'd love to visit. Genuinely.
Please.
Yes. It's just, I'm speechless at the amount of work that has gone into it in such a short span. And you also mentioned that you're doing so many things via this land. I mean, of course, there was a comment that said it's like a natural oxygen cylinder in the city. It's in the heart of the city. And there are so many people who are now getting inspired to come by and give back to the planet. And also, like you said, you are inspiring women, and they are coming and they want to contribute as well. And this is not the only project in which you are inspiring women and have backed women. You also have Alna Store, in which you're doing some wonderful work. So today, Nayan has also logged in through the Alna Store handle. They have some wonderful products, and they are our gifting partner. And I really want you to tell us about the Alna Store, the backstory, and how it came to be.
Yes. So Alna was conceptualized about 15 years back. It started with an action research which I was doing in the space of cross-border anti-trafficking, and also in the space of children in prostitution. So this was in around 2004. So when we started, and I stay, I'm from Kolkata, which is in West Bengal, to the east of India. And this place, basically West Bengal, is a source, transit and destination for trafficking of women and children. And when we did those researches, there were very hard hard-hitting, data which came out. And what we also realized in that time, that there was a lot of discrepancy among the various stakeholders in the society, because a lot many people were in denial of this entire process, and a lot many stakeholders. So we were when we were talking about, to the civil society, only the civil societies were working in this space. But apart from that, corporates didn't want to take, touch this issue. The academics didn't want to touch this issue. The government was in denial, because the space from where this trafficking happened most was also the space which had the largest IT hub. So in fact, the GDP was much higher than any other, and it was the best district, known to be the best district. And so there was a lot of, lot of issues which were surrounding this entire space. So I was in a fix, because I had done the action research. Now I didn't know how to help them, because I knew the problems, but I didn't have any solution, because civil societies only are, they can do a lot, but they need certain resources to help them. And one thing led to the other, and that's why I did my PhD on CSR much later, because I wanted the corporates to come and help them. That's one of the reasons why I did my PhD so late, but I did it. Okay, and after that, when I started my company called Sustainable Advancements, I was very sure that I am going to keep one arm as for marketing these products made by the women. So we have, by that time, the NGO that I was working with, and I'm still in their board member for the last 21 years now. We set up a shelter home. I've been a founder member in that shelter home as well. And we trained the girls, we developed their skills, we trained the girls, and the products that they made were beautiful. And so I kept Alna as one of my verticals, and which is mainly conceptualized to combat trafficking of women and children, which is again rampant in this part. So very recently we got selected by the UN Women. They run two cohorts. So this is the UN Women Industry Disruptor Program, and we have been selected in both the cohorts to work to work on Alna.store and take it to the next level. So again, I'm very, very happy and filled with gratitude for this.
This is so wonderful. This is really wonderful, and the products are amazing.
So the products that we have, so we have started with some tote bags, and these are some of them. So basically, these are all block printed or silk screen printed tote bags, which are absolutely end to end done by these women in trafficking. That's one. But on the other hand, we also have another product category. Because when we are doing this, what we realized is, when we are doing this, we are all working with women who are already trafficked, and then we realized, why do we need to work with women who are already trafficked? Why not we try and prevent the trafficking in the first place? So we started working with the communities, and we started creating these small impact bags. And those impact bags are ones which gives out some messages. For example, there is an impact bag that talks about proud to be a woman, proud to combat domestic violence. Okay, so these are some of the messages. Proud to support gender equality. So these are the messages that we give out, and these are complete packages of gifts that one can give out, and each one is responsibly produced, sustainable products, and so on and so forth. So it's a complete package.
Yes, it is. It really is. I remember when we were kind of having a conversation, all of us, about kind of partnering with Alna, and the way that you told me about the backstory, and all of us at Team RR, we're a team of 5 women ourselves, and the way that we got to know about the story of Alna, we immediately wanted to be associated with such a beautiful product brand. And I remember we were discussing also the process of how certain products take some time and certain were readily
Yeah.
available to you. So is there something that you would like to tell us about that in terms of how
Yeah.
uh, the
So
product?
what we do is, for most of the products, see, all of our products are handmade, okay, and we take institutional orders as well as individual orders, and we can also curate gifts, but we need a little time because for us the messaging, the process, and the production, everything is important and has to be responsible because we are not into mass production. We are into slow, sustainable production, which is like, the difference between fast fashion and slow fashion. Ours is a completely slow production process. So each one, when it is made, you can be rest assured it's going to last for the rest of your life. But that time you have to provide to us for us to create that product. We do not keep too much of stock because that doesn't make sense to us because we like it again slow and steady. That's one. The other one, but yes, we do also have the ones that we are there, on our website, alna.store. Please do have a look. The other thing, what we do is, all the proceedings from this, for their, the process of making this bag for these girls is not just, making a bag and getting a financial independence, but also for them to come out of their trauma, because most of these women have come from such a trauma background, huge traumatic background for them, when they're rescued.
Okay, then your voice is breaking.
Partner so that they stop being vulnerable and they do not go back into that trade anymore, into being trafficked anymore. So that's
Understood.
again a important thing for us.
Understood. Nayan, you are pixelating again. Can everybody see Dr. Nayan clearly? Wait, now it's
You
coming.
can't see?
No, I could. You pixelated there for me for a second.
Okay, I really don't know what to
No,
do.
no, no, no.
Well,
Okay, no, yes, slightly better now, but
okay, thank you so much. On the other side, right as we speak, on the other side of my phone, on the other side of this, I've got all the products right now because of the Diwali gift. So it's all over the place.
oh wow, wow.
Very, very happy for the girls.
Yes, yes, of course. Uh, it's just it's so wonderful, and please check out her products. Right now, also you're logged in from the Alna store handle. So it is the alna.store. Please check out the products. There are some beautiful. We have some of the tote packs, and they're so beautiful. We had a tough time choosing the tote packs as well, and we were very confused because they're all so wonderful. So they will be great for gifting, and you will be sending out a great message also about sustainability,
Raksha,
about empowering these wonderful girls.
there's one more thing I must mention without which, whatever I say is incomplete. That by God's grace, I have got, a tremendous amount of support from various women from various parts of the world at various times. I don't know how this happened because I know that, you know, uh, so, from very unique sources, when women have reached out and they said that they wanted to help, and they have really gone beyond their time, beyond their, their volunteer, they've gone beyond their time just to help us grow in whatever way we can. So initially when this COVID thing happened, and like for all of us, for people who are into social development, a lot of us are like very physical. We like to do hands-on, and our generation is also a hands-on generation. But getting into this Instagram, getting into a website, starting a website, getting into some kinds of sales and all of that. This entire thing was created by this invisible hand. I call them the invisible hand of God. And that invisible hand of God, they just came together, some from Germany, some from different parts of India. They came together and they, got this done. Especially, I would like to mention few women like, Akriti, Sana, Brinda, Khushbu, Tejasvi. They just came from nowhere and they just kind of made things happen all by themselves.
Wow, it's a huge shout out to all of them, and this is really wonderful. And this is actually this work and your spirit, Nayan, is what makes you such a strong nominee in the category of Health Innovator of the Year. So, for those of you who've just joined in, I'd like to repeat that Nayan is a nominee in our category called Health Innovator of the Year. But these are not the only categories. We have quite a few more categories. There is, of course, Health Innovator. There is Pioneering Health Social Enterprise. One of our most popular categories is Healer Beyond Boundaries. Then we have Health Warrior Beyond Limits. And in the area of sustainability, even we're trying to recognize as many organizations and products as possible. So we have two categories, Sustainable Product and Sustainability Vision Organization. And we have Health Messenger, Healing Home Chef, and one very special category, especially this year, for our doctors, nurses who have been working tirelessly in the pandemic. We have a pandemic health warrior category to recognize them, to recognize their work. And so these are all the categories that we have. And if you know someone, or if you are someone who has done amazing work just like Nayan has, please nominate yourself. You can inbox the Restore Awards and you will get the nomination form link. You can just fill it out, and this can be your platform for us to recognize the amazing work you've done. Another amazing thing actually, Nayan, is that since you were talking about the wonderful support you've received, we've gotten some great support in terms of partner companies who have stepped up and said that they're going to help us in our non-profit cause. So some of them, and they're all Indian companies that I'm going to be mentioning. So some of them are, one of them is SRL Diagnostics, which has made preventive healthcare so accessible and so affordable. We have huge discounts ranging from 20 to 70% for preventive healthcare tests and diagnostics. We have Savlon, which is doing a lot of work in personal and home hygiene. We have Fiamma, which is doing a lot of work in mental well-being, which finally people are talking a little more about mental health, which is very important. We have Radio City, who's been associated with us for 4 years. They are our media partner. They have every year helped us spread the message so beautifully about these awards and about our cause, about our non-profit cause. And we have Organic India for great products, and of course organic products. And they have also been supporting us for 4 years. We have a beautiful partnership with them. So these are all companies that are Indian companies. We have ITC, who is our venue partner, and they're willing to stand up with us for this non-profit cause and saying that, okay, we're with you and we want to just help you spread the message this year and every year. So just so grateful for that. And I actually wanted to ask you also, what was your reaction when you got nominated, when you knew, when you got the message that you are going to be, our jury has nominated you as the Health Innovator of the Year?
I'm very humbled, Ardhana. I'm extremely humbled because, we don't do our work thinking that we'll get something, but when suddenly, there are people who are talking about it, people who are excited about, the kind of impact that we do, it's a very unique, it's a very happy feeling because, we just blindly follow our heart and we do our things and we know that that's the right thing to do at that point in time. But if people are also supportive and people are coming together to help you in your endeavor. It's just, as I mentioned, it just feels like the invisible hand of God, and you've done something right, and something is kind of making sense to the world. In fact, there are also, Aradhana, there's one thing that when we started doing it, there are institutions, academic institutions, which has basically called us to say we also want to do an urban forest in our campus. We have some green space. Can you tell us how to do that? And the same model, they are trying to do it there. And, we are trying to help them into getting it right and also getting this participation of the students. So the impact is manifold in many places. It's not just doing in one space, but more people are talking about it. More people are taking this up as a model, doing it in their spaces, and nothing when the youth gets involved. So if they're doing it at an institution, so many youth are going to get, and it's a very premium B school. So and in that premium B school, if they're doing it, it's such a huge all the students will be at different kinds of leadership roles in the years to come, and can you imagine the kind of pull they will have, the kind of responsibility that they will grow? That's terrific.
This is
I'm very honored. I'm very honored, Rachna, that you are Rachna, for Rachna Stores, that you have nominated us for this award. It's fantastic.
We
Thank
really
you.
hope, fingers crossed, we really hope you win this award in the Health Innovator category. Fingers crossed. Before we come to an end of this beautiful conversation, I want to know what is the one message you'd like to give, as you mentioned, the youths, the people watching this, our fellow nominees, especially about sustainability and the sustainable development.
Yes. So there is only one thing that I would like to say, that, enough of passing the buck. It's time to walk the talk. Action, and, so please walk the talk. Whatever you think, don't wait for others to tell you what to do. If you think it's the right thing to do and it can impact, please go ahead, do it. So that's all and that's all sustainability is all about. Live and let live. So
Okay.
just live and let live. Carry on with the work that you know is going to create impact.
So wonderfully put, and it's been so great chatting with you and knowing so much more about the inspiring and empowering your work you're doing. I'm looking forward to seeing you on December 11 at our awards, and like I said, I hope you win. And yeah, just more power to you, and keep inspiring like this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Aradhana.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So that was the wonderful Nayan, and she was our nominee. She is our nominee in the Health Innovator category. Like I said, we have a lot of categories, and our awards are on December 11. So if you feel, or if you know somebody who is doing great work in the areas of sustainability, health, preventive health, and just a lot of work in health and wellness, in the health and wellness field. Doctors, nurses, healers, yoga therapists. Please come forward and nominate yourselves, because this is a platform which is made so that your work can be recognized and rewarded. So please come out and nominate yourselves. You can inbox the Restore Awards for the nomination form, and we look forward to seeing you all there, all our nominees and those who will nominate themselves on December 11. And yeah, so it was lovely chatting with you, and happy Dhanteras.